Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host CDB or Chris, and today we're going to use the sample that was sent to me by my buddy Marion. Thank you, Marion. This is from, well, you can't see that, can you? Straight Gold Shave. This is Rushmore. And when I looked on their website, it wasn't available, but it is available at West Coast Shaving. $18 for, I think it was 5.1 ounces or something. Anyway, whatever it is, it comes to $3.60 price per ounce, which is a fair price in my view. The scent on this is actually pretty nice. There's some apple, orange, maybe a little cinnamon. Be careful, cinnamon can be irritating to some in terms of burning on the skin. So we'll try it and hope that we don't have any problems. We're going to use the shake and bake method by Doug Bear. That's what we've decided to call it, which is a very interesting way of lathering. So what I've done, and this is for those of you who don't want to get lather in your soap, I took the sample and just spread it in a container. I always keep old soap containers for this sort of thing to use them for stuff. Anyway, it's recycled soap container. So I'm going to put a little bit of, let's see. I'm going to put some water in there, not a ton, about, you can't see it. Not much. Actually, maybe about a cap full this time, just to try it. And Doug, by the way, is going to make he's called the Barely Normal Shaver on YouTube. I'll link his channel below. But anyway, Doug's going to make a video on this, and he'll do it better than I, because it's Doug's method. Anyway, he puts the water in, and essentially shakes it until you don't hear any more water flopping it around. Of course, you might have to shake longer if it's a sample versus in a tub, because there's, it doesn't have soap occupying half the tub. But anyway, it's producing a froth. And so Doug likes to say, or he likes to use the froth. So he's not loading from the soap at all. He's just using this froth that's generated from this shaking. And so what we'll do is we'll show you this froth here. Maybe we'll pour it in there. You see that? So that's what we're going to use. We're going to set that aside. We will load our brush here, which is the Razor Rock Beehive. This is a pretty big knot. I want to think it's around maybe 28 millimeters. Anyway, I'm going to just scoop out this remaining froth. I'm not loading on the soap. I'm just removing this froth. And I'm going to wet the dome with a little bit of this froth too. Sort of as a pre-shave. Again, this is not my method. This is the Shake and Bake by Doug Bear, who is a nice guy. And I'm just having fun with this because, why not? Sometimes you try different things and it's fun. And so I'm open to, I've been saying recently, I'm open to learning new things and trying, new things. It's not about being serious all the time and, just really being an uber shade geek. It's also about having fun. And if you're not having fun, you should be. That's the way I look at it. So I'm dipping my brush in this froth, and it looks pretty foamy. And that's what froth is. It's foam, more or less. And so we're going to see how we do with it today. Now, last time I tried this, it was on the A&E Kaizen, and it was on the actual soap. And so it went quite well. And we hope today that it will go well also. But we'll see. We'll see what happens using the froth. The Shake and Bake, actually, by Doug Bear. Again, linking his channel below. Thanks to everybody who's contributed to the SoCal Shave fundraising effort. We really appreciate that. We've had a number of people donating prizes. So if you donate $5, you are entered to the raffle to win some stuff. And we have like almost 30 prizes now, ranging from very high-end stuff to vintage stuff to just soap and aftershave sets. Thanks very much to all the individuals and artisans who are making that happen. We really appreciate you. And really, it's wonderful to be of service. I want to thank my partner in crime who's heading up this effort along with me. It is Tim from the Scented Soldier Shave. So please go check out. Let me get a little more froth here. Please check out his channel. He makes good YouTube videos. He's, becoming a friend of mine. Very nice guy. One thing I want to say, though, last night or whatever, when was that? It was, I want to say Tuesday night, he fired the first shot. And what I'm sure will become a Photoshop / meme war. So he started memeing me and Photoshopping me. He fired the first shot, everybody. I want you to remember this. So if you if you see some weird photos, you know, he fired it in the Rich Man Shavings group on Facebook. So go check it out there if you're a member. And if you're not a member, you can ask to be one if you want. Totally up to you. But anyhow, so he starts Photoshopping me. And so obviously I'm going to have to retort. So if you see some weird photos going around of the both of he and I assume none of it is a real photo. So just letting you know in advance. And, you know, the thing of it is he has an unfair advantage because he doesn't have anything to do and I'm producing all this content. And so he kind of gets an unfair advantage. But, you know, it is what it is. But it's fun, by the way. I don't want anyone to... The reason I'm mentioning it is both because it's fun and also because I don't want anybody seeing that and getting the wrong idea and thinking that people are being goofed on behind their back or anything like that. It's all good fun. And he has fired the first shot. I just want you to know he started it. By the way, the leaf is loaded with three half Astra SP blades today. And we're going to try to get a good head shave and hopefully not cut ourselves because, as mentioned in the last video, the leaf can and will cut you if you're not careful. It is a smooth shaver. It is a good shaver, in my opinion. Not universally loved by everyone, but I really like it for the purpose of head shaving. And Chris Maiden really likes it for the purpose of head shaving. And he was actually the first one that I saw use it on their head. Now, there's probably been others, but he was who I saw. And so he actually inspired me to try it. And so I have, and I like it. And so basically, before that, I was using like Defender, Harry's, head blade, things like that, carts. And I just really didn't like regular DEs on my head. They just didn't work well for me. But I found that the leaf here with its pivot and 3 half D blades does work quite a bit better. My head is a lot more difficult to shave than my face. There are lots more, obviously, lots more curves, contours, and so on. But it's just generally hard to get some really tough spots. And with the DE, it was just really brutal. You know, regular DE, I should say. Because this one uses half D blades. But I want to caveat, you know, its ease of use by saying, if you get really, really sloppy, and you can sometimes get really, really sloppy with a cart razor, and you can make it through unscathed. I never cut myself on my head one time with a cart razor in 3 years. But I have cut myself with this one several times when I get sloppy or fail to pay attention. So please, just be mindful of your technique and stay focused, you know, because it can slip up on you if you're not careful. It does feel very mild, but that doesn't mean it won't cut you. And I'd be doing a disservice if I did not put that out there. I also like it on my face. I think it does a good job. It's not for everyone, like I said, because I think it requires about, on your head, if you're an avid head shaver, about 10 shaves before it starts to become comfortable and you start to feel it and realize what you can and cannot do with it and the level of pressure required, if any, and that depends on you, you know, and what sort of hair you have and the little nooks and crannies and so on and so forth. Totally depends on you, but it does require a little bit of adjustment. Now, some people have used this on their head and they have commented on my videos going, it's the best head shaver I've ever used from the start. And so for you people, fantastic. I'm going to apply a little moisture here with the mister, because we don't want to lose focus from the misting. The shake and bake is fine, but we got to have a little misting too, because why not? I happen to like misting. And again, if you're not willing to try new things, you're going to be missing out sometimes. And I'm not saying the shake and bake here is the end all be all of lathering. I'm just saying it's a fun thing to try. And so far it's been working for me. Now you may use your normal lathering method and get a far better lather for you, for your purposes. But keep in mind, lathering for me is about providing the barrier there to provide for a good shave. So really what I'm after here is a really nice head shave that I feel good about during and after the shave, that feels comfortable, close, no nicks, cuts, creepers, weepers, irritation, bubbles, troubles. That's my goal. I'm not concerned with what or how it looks on camera. I'm concerned with the serviceability of the lather solely. So all I'm interested in is what ends up resulting in a nice serviceable lather. That's all that matters to me. And it doesn't have to look like a white swimmer's cap on my head. I just want to get enough protection that that razor glides well, and so on and so forth. And so far, I found that Doug Bear's Shake and Bake, it does work. It may not look great on me, but I bet you if you watch his videos, and I encourage you to do so, that you will appreciate at least the way it looks on him. And that's kind of the thing with a lot of things, isn't it? Some things look good on some people and not others. It's especially true of the Scented Soldier shaves. I mean, some of his looks, I mean, he has some odd looks. And don't we all, though? You know, if we were to go back and look at a lot of our photos and stuff from way back, we've all had different looks, and you know, we've been through different styles and so on. One thing I will mention is Tim, the Scented Soldier shaves, is pretty sensitive about him losing his hair, because I think, quite frankly, the hair is on retreat. But you didn't hear me say that, so please don't remind him of it if you're in the group, because he's pretty sensitive about it. But occasionally, I remind him of it, and he fires back on me. So, you know, he's not going to take it sitting down. You know, keep that in mind. So I advise you not to remind him of it. But what I will say about him is he's a cool dude. And I spent quite a bit of time talking to him, and he was really quick. As soon as I mentioned fundraiser for Manny, he was like, I'm in, let's do it. You know, offering. He's done many, many of these. I've always contributed in the past, but I've only led a couple. And quite honestly, he's taken the lead on this effort. And I really appreciate it. Because, you know, you can always use someone's experience to lead to a better outcome. And that's what we're after. It's not about who does what. Because quite frankly, without all of you, what I did wouldn't make any difference, you know. Or it'd make little difference, I should say, because I'm contributing myself. But Tim's help is very, very much appreciated. And I've enjoyed talking to him. He's a really nice gent who's really doing a lot to promote the hobby. So if you haven't watched his channel, you know, I want you to go give him a shot. Look, he's not going to be good as me. I mean, that's obvious. But he actually has a really good channel. And he has a lot of knowledge of frags, which is of great use to me because I don't really dabble in the high-end fragrance community. But he also knows about budget frags and inspired frags and so on and so forth. Okay, let's now just try to get any areas that we might have missed. Anyway, good channel. Go check it out. And take my word for it. He's as Johan from Shave and Butcher would say, he's pretty okay. Yeah, I've seen Johan saying that a few times, and I don't know if he realizes he says it. But when somebody says something a few times, you know, I just seize on it because it's fun. Anyway, let's feel around here for some spots to pickups. Now, some people I know have been calling this lather mittens, and I think that was came out of the Rich Shaving Group, and it is a really good technique. The first person that I ever saw doing this, I believe, was Nick Shaves, and he didn't call it lather mittens. He just, just sort of did it. And so I have been using this also for many years on touch-ups because I saw him do it, and I'm like, that's a smart idea because you take some lather on your hand, just squeeze it out of your brush, and it sort of just slides around, especially on your head, and it allows you to pick up these spots that you have missed. Are you hearing this Tim from Tim Delaney? Because when your hair continues to retreat, you're going to have to be doing this, so I want you to pay special attention. Anyway, it's a good method. And most recently, I've heard it in the Rich Man Shaving Group. But I've seen it first from Nick Shave. Have been doing it for a long time. It just wasn't called lather mittens. It wasn't called anything. It was just kind of like pickups. A lot of people call it pickups, touch-ups. Whatever the case may be, it does work, and so I encourage you to try it. And it works on your face or head, whatever you're shaving, actually, Just grab that lather and go. Just make sure you have some moisture left. And that was a fine head shave. We're not going to go through the trouble of rinsing and all that because I'm going to take a shower. But I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you, Doug Bear, for the method. It's just fun to try something different. And so I know there'll be naysayers that I don't want to go to all that trouble. That's okay. We're just having fun. Just try to enjoy your experience, whatever you do. As long as you're being positive, enjoy it. That's what it's all about. Once again, fantastic head shave from the Leaf and the Straight Gold Rushmore. It didn't irritate my head whatsoever. No burning, no nothing. Sometimes cinnamon can be problematic for people, so I wanted to put that out there. Excuse me. Scented Soldier Shaves got me tongue twisted there. Anyway, really no problems at all with the Straight Gold Rushmore sample. Thank you, Marion. Thanks mostly to all of you. Remember, I'll put a link to the fundraiser below. Contribute if you would like. Until next time, I want to thank you for joining me, and I'm remind you, I'm CDB. Remember, it's your shave, do it your way, and God bless you all.